Seems like there's another event going on at the Court of Fontaine! Look at that! Roadside sign!
Is this—
I told you I could do it using the leftover funds from—
No, not at all. I have only the full— I'm just in shock, that's all. It's always been my dream.
Wait, isn't that Chiori? She's actually at her shop today? Oh, you've got a point there.
I'm a woman of my word. If I say I can do something, then— Now, remember to not fold the gown. Or store it under direct sunlight.
Oh, I'll try my best. Once he sees me in this, his jaw is gonna drop straight to the—
Chiori, you're actually at your shop today!
Is that really so shocking? Idiot. Anything you're looking for today? A custom design or—
Hey, Paimon's not a kid!
Oh. That. Well, if—
Are there any fun and popular activities that we can take part in?
Ugh, Fashion Week isn't what I'd call fun. But it—
Will you be showing off some of your designs too?
Of course. All designers at the Court of Fontaine use the week to advertise their brand. If you're come to think of it, it was also at a
Aren't you pretty much an established name now? People will still buy your clothes.
Yeah, that's not quite how it works. While many people buy clothes for— Why would anyone patronize a label that hasn't even bothered? In the end, fashion is just a representation of the—
Huh. Okay, all that complicated stuff aside, you're saying we'll be able to see new—
Absolutely. The designs have already been finalized.
Ooh, are you using materials you can't get in—
Well, I still have a certain partiality to Inazuma-made fabrics. The tech—
Oh, Paimon gets it!
Ugh.
We're a long way from Inazuma, though. Aren't you concerned that you're—
No need to worry. I've already taken steps to ensure that it'll arrive safely. I've entrusted the—
Excuse me! Coming through! Coming through! Chiori, your shipment's here. I know it's quite late, so I'm—
Deep breaths, Kirara. Then stop.
Huh? And you're with customers as well? Oh,
These two are the Traveler and Paimon. And this is Kirara, Star Courier of the Komania Express.
pleased to make your acquaintance. And sorry you had to see me like this.
So, what was the holdup? Sailing delay?
Huh? No, nothing like that. I just ran into a bit of trouble.
Bandits, then? Or treasure hoarders?
Well, I didn't run into anyone.
Keeping you honest as always, I see.
All right. I was stopped by a group of bandits. They were a little different from the ones I usually run into. I could hear them mumbling about
So it was a targeted hit?
I got the sense.
My fabric shipment?
Yeah, they said that I could go as long as I left the goods with them. Otherwise, they'd stuff me into my delivery box.
Oh, are you okay, Kira?
Oh, I'm good. I'm still a yokai after all. I turned them over to the guards. It just took me a while.
Well, it's not completely out of the ordinary for one of your deliveries to get intercepted. But it's still— Is there something else that you're keeping from me?
Huh?
Perhaps I need to reconsider how many—
You always know how to get me. So, I kinda wanted to know why anyone would order a hit. One of the bandits had a loose tongue, which saved me some time. He said that a certain person had commissioned them to
And who might this person—
Chiori, why don't we just let this one go? I mean, I didn't really get—
I appreciate your kindness, Kirara, but if I don't teach anyone that dares to mess with one of my friends—
Alright. The guy said that the commissioner was—
Uter. No, that name rings a bell.
Well, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring it up to—
So you both know this Uter guy?
Through Chiori's complaints about him, sure. He's a fellow fashion—
Oh, so he's like a—
A rival is what you call someone who fights you fair. Uter, however, just has it out for me as a designer. I've already warned him before to compete with me fair and square. But
Wait, Chiori, where are you going?
to teach someone a lesson. You must be tired after your long journey.
Chiori!
And she's gone.
Oh no.
You seem concerned.
Well, she's always been the type of person to face things head on. But, Traveler, Paimon, could you go after her and check out the situation for me? As,
Yeah, we'll take good care of Chio.
to be honest,
Any chance you're on the clock, officer?
Nothing good ever comes out of you address. Oh? And I see the Traveler and Paimon are here.
Chevraz, we meet again.
Well, things have been fine on my end. We were able to bring in a large... I suppose the trade-off is that I'm now constantly get...
Well, you were one of the leading roles after.
So, did something happen?
Indeed it did. I'll need you to come.
I only ever hear that phrase from you.
Well, are you coming?
Not before I know what you're planning.
Have I ever made a bad call?
The better question is, have you ever made one that didn't violate...
Okay. A man hired a group of bandits to mug my friend.
Are you sure this is something you should be telling the captain of the Special Patrol?
Neither. I'm requesting personal supervision from...
Are you planning to?
Not if I can help it.
All right. Where is the...
Follow me.
Just promise you'll start trying to keep yourself out of trouble.
Well, when trouble stops coming my way, I'll be sure to get on that. This should be the place. You all wait.
You know, Chevraz, Paimon gets the sense that you...
It's just as Chiori said. We got to know each other pretty well in our lines of work.
Does Chiori often need your help?
I'd say it's mutual. The Special Patrol needs her help quite often as well. The uniform, the musket, they're intimidating. Most people clam up the minute they see us. Lip-sealed so... But put them in a clothing boutique, and they suddenly start gushing faster...
Oh, is it because they're trying to show off or something?
Yep. People are vain creatures. They can't help but want to talk up new developments in their lives. As a result, Shiori often picks up on all kinds of information in her shop.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch you.
Exactly. I'm also here to ensure Chiori's safety. And in some very rare cases, I'm forced to protect other people from So, who got on her case this time?
Oh, so this is what happened.
Huh? Uter,
You've heard of him?
Yep. He's made trouble for Chiori several times already. He's fond of pretty much every dirty... So he's back at it, huh?
Whoa, what's this about a...
I just meant that Uter's done for. Now bring it in, you two. Get...
Sure, but...
Because this is probably going to turn into one of those very...
What are you doing? Stay away from me!
Has anyone ever taught you the definition of... Stupidity is doing the same It appears you've forgotten what I told you before. Oh, and if you dare lay your hands on my friend again...
Chiori...
Officer, an assault's in progress!
Of course. I'll do my utmost to investigate the situation. Not to worry, though. If you'd allow me to search the scene, I'm sure I'll be able to collect some useful evidence.
Forget it.
Ms. Chiori, I must also ask you to refrain from engaging in...
Apologies, officer.
I guess you could say
You.
Is there anything else either of you have to say?
that's all from me. I sincerely hope that
We'll see about that.
Whoa, that scared the heck out of Paimon! How did he just go flying out?
you're too kind.
Now's not the time to be accepting compliments. What happened to not doing any?
Oh, not if I could help it. I started with a verbal warning, but he displayed neither shame nor remorse.
Insults and threats so bad that he just.
Believe it or not, they were that bad. He deserved.
You could have reported him to the guards.
Oh, I will. But it'll take some time for them to gather evidence. And I don't want anything else to happen during Fontaine Fashion Week. On top of that, if Kira... Oh, that reminds me. There...
What a shame. I believe you've already.
Have I? Well, it's a good thing I was...
Don't you think you're maxed out on advance?
I always pay you back in information, don't... It's just like you said. You scratch my back?
Being skilled at something,
Fashion Week is coming up. My husband promised.
We're back.
You were gone for an awfully long time.
There's nothing to worry about. All you need to know is that you'll never have to worry...
Sorry, Chiori.
What are you talking about? You didn't do anything wrong. Those greedy The next time you need to leave the city, call the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. With that sort of escort, the next time you make a delivery, those treasure hoarders I'm being serious. You know me. If I bring something up, you can assume it's all...
Wait, you don't mean...
I've already spoken to the captain of the Special Patrol. As discussed, the patrol's going...
There's really no need. I'm just a simple courier.
Well, you certainly shouldn't count on such a procession for every trip. It'll also show those guys what'll happen to those who dare to mess with my friends.
Well, if you think it's a good idea...
Well, with the bad guys out of the way and your goods safely delivered, everything should be...
I believe so. I'll try to churn out a few more outfits over the next few days.
Paimon's gonna take a guess and say...
But of course, they supply us designers with funding, equipment, factor. That's also why this year's Fashion Week is...
But isn't your brand already really famous, Chiori? Your clothes are so pretty.
Even so, I would imagine there are still people...
Well... I mean, with the amount of place...
Then it's still not famous enough. My goal is to make the Chiori...
All of it?
Wait, would that mean I could just go to any Chioria branch on the continent to get my clothes fixed?
Alternatively, of course, you could just be a bit...
Okay, I'll admit, they do get...
Well, if that's your dream, Chiori, then we should do our best to make it a reality. Oh, what is it?
Why don't you come to my shop tomorrow and model for me? Simply put,
Oh, so we get to try on some of your clothes?
seeing them off the rack will also give me the chance to make some small adjustments to the
Sounds easy enough.
But if you like them, though, feel free to visit the boutique.
Ooh, sounds great! Paimon was...
Then we have a deal. You'll model some formal wear, traveler, and...
Yep, sounds good. Wait.
Is coming up. My husband promised to get me a replica of the most eye-catching outfit from the...
Chiori, we're here!
You're here early.
Wait, has Kirara left already?
Yep, with the special patrol. Brightener.
Did everything go all right on the road?
I believe so. The patrol makes for quite the way they marched forward with Kirara in the center. You'd think she was some sort of VIP. They took care to clear the path beforehand as well. I even heard that Navia decided out of the blue to make a batch of macarons as a go.
Sounds like Navia really got into it.
My thoughts exactly. She even lamented the fact that she didn't have time to.
You know, now that you mention Navia, Paimon thinks the two of you...
I suppose that's why we're such good friends. Navia has a certain resilience about her. It's part of who she is. That same spirit is the true vision of my brand. When she...
It's like finding the perfect brand ambassador, huh?
Indeed. Customers pay attention not just to the clothes, but also to the figures in society.
Huh. And here Paimon thought all that mattered.
Fashion is about more than just looks, my dear. Well...
Oh yeah. Come on, let's get down to business.
Indeed. Give me a moment while I go retrieve...
Set them up.
Just carefully organize the ready-to-wear clothes with an eye toward their types and style.
Whoa, there sure is a lot that goes into...
Well then, I'll leave the displays to you.
So, we just need to put all the clothes with similar styles together, right?
Not bad. You might just have an eye for... Anyway... Over here, stand still. I'll take your measurements first.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori.
Oh, good morning, Leanne. How have you been recently? Your gown will be ready next week, so there's no need to worry about missing the ball. Or did you come here
Oh, no. Nothing like that, Miss Chiori. But you can keep the deposit, of course. I know you can't return any materials you've already used.
Don't worry about the materials. I'm more concerned about you. It's all right. I'm not trying to make things difficult for you.
Thank you.
Don't worry about it. Just let me know if there's anything...
Is it just Paimon, or was she acting a bit strange?
It's not a big deal. These things happen every once... A family emergency, an important payday falling through, a lover's quarrel... No one to take you to... Judging from the look on her face, something's keeping her from revealing...
Well, guess this means you'll have more time to work on Fashion Week, right?
That's true. Come, let's...
Is Miss Chiori in?
I am. How can I help you?
I'd like to return this item.
Oh. Could I ask why?
It's just, not to my liking. You said I could get a refund.
Is there something about it that didn't meet your expectations? Are the sleeves too short? Or is the color too dark?
No need. You don't have to concern yourself with that.
And I'd be happy to process that for you.
Is Chiori here? I'd like to return my outfit.
Another one?
Is there some sort of new calamity coming that I haven't heard about? Another flood? Or an apocalypse, maybe? Surely the entire population of Fontaine didn't convene and pick this
What kind of rags are you trying to sell us, huh? The way I see it, this shop is nothing more than a black market front run by a bunch of...
Please calm down, sir.
What is he talking about?
Haven't you heard? Chiori Boutique has been exposed for having close ties with criminals.
And just who is it that dare...
Well, you tell us. The fabrics you've got here, they're all sourced from...
I've been transparent about my materials from the very beginning. If a little hearsay and baseless slander are enough to convince you, then by all means, go ahead.
You...
Off!
Miss Chiori?
Go outside and help these customers with their return requests. There's no need to ask them.
All right.
And once you're done, put up the sign that says we're closed for the day.
Got it.
Chiori.
They couldn't be more fabricated if you tried. No need to worry about them. The real goal here is to divert my attention away from Fashion Week. The best response right now is to tune it out.
If you say so, but Paimon...
The best way to respond to public skepticism is to let your work speak for itself. There will be no doubt about the—
Miss Yuri, bad news!
Oh, for the love of...
It's our accessories supplier. They just sent word that they'll no longer be able to supply us during fashion—
What? No accessories? Not even the ones we pre-ordered?
Yes, that's what their messenger said.
And what about the models we asked them to book for us?
I think they'll—
Even the suppliers believe those nasty...
Is the messenger still here?
No, they've already left.
So, no accessories means no brooches?
Not just that. It means no gems, ribbons, gold thread. Oh,
But if you take those away, does that mean you won't be able to...
Alof, you stay and watch the shop. I'll go talk to the supplier myself.
Yeah, and we can vouch for you too. We'll make sure your supplier...
Thank you. In that case, please come.
By the way, we really are just going to talk, right?
Of course. I wouldn't do anything to one of my business partners, especially when a reasonable conversation should suffice.
Who is it?
Venger, it's Chiori. We've worked together all these years. The least you could do is allow—
Straightforward as always, I see.
And when has following convention ever gotten me anywhere? Why hire—
Have you read the paper?
I don't like to waste my time on baseless lies and speculation.
You're right. I only subscribe to the Steambird. And most days I never even—
So, these rumors. The steam—
No, not at all. They were in some second—
Well then, there you go. Those sort of headlines become old news faster than you can read them. Surely a bit of tabloid—
You would think that. But this time is— Someone paid off the tabloids to publish the same article at once. They even went so far as to leave a copy—
Every house? That means someone must have...
It seems your rival really pulled out all the stops this time, Shiori. The article was even published—
What sort of photo—
a photo of you beating up—
Yesterday?
Ucher again.
Here, I've got a copy. See for yourselves.
Behind the scenes, the true Chioria boutique takes shape. Relying on its close ties to the criminal underworld, the Chioria brand employs illegal competitive tactics.
I don't know what happened, and I don't want to comment on things that I didn't see with my own eyes. Still, That photo shows you to be the clear aggressor.
Yeah, he was the one who started.
I appreciate you standing up for me, Paimon.
That's right. The court of public opinion has already made up its mind.
But that was so long ago.
In the world of fashion, your past is like a piece of... They claim that most of your clientele are criminals and that those who buy your clothes...
The absurdity.
Well, it's no laughing matter. Maybe your clientele are criminals. Maybe they're not. But with the way this article combines fact with rumor, trying to determine the...
Venger, are you sure you won't reconsider?
If I were younger, but I'm no longer that brave young man with nothing to lose. I've got the I'd be perfectly happy to work with you again after this. But my daughter is manning the store during Fashion Week, and I don't want her... Let me offer you a piece of advice, Chiori. For old time's sake. Let this fashion...
You're free to wait things out, Venger. I'll make my own...
Have you ever thought maybe that attitude of yours...
Have you ever thought maybe this attitude of mine is precisely what...
Well, fair enough. Then, I suppose all there's left to say...
Understood. Take care.
So, what should we do next?
Without the accessories, I can no longer use my old designs.
How could they do this? They're making things up. The boutique doesn't have anything to do with...
Public opinion has never been about what's true and what's not. I should have seen it from the beginning. Uter knows me too well. Everything that happened yesterday...
Well, guess all we can do is just head back for now.
Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte, what are you doing here?
Looking for you, of course. Did you see those fashion tabloids this morning?
You mean that sorry excuse for an article?
You too, huh? Whoever wrote that article must have known the Steambird would never print something so defamatory. Unfortunately, not all papers in Fontaine... Miss Chiori doesn't deserve to suffer all this baseless slander. I was just about to find some people to interview...
That's great! With your help, we might be able to get some people back on our side!
It's my pleasure. I've met Miss Chiori several times. I know she's not... She was the one who made the hat and tie for my camera, Monsieur Verite. Speaking of Miss Chiori, do you know where she went?
She was just here.
If you ask me, I think Chiori Boutique is done for.
I mean, what did they expect? Engaging with criminals behind their customers' backs.
They kept up a solid front, though. I've even bought from them before. Really? How was it? The owner was plenty fierce, that's for sure. Makes sense if she regularly deals with...
Oh no, we've lost her. Did you hear what all those people were saying?
Miss Chiori doesn't often appear in public or give a lot of interviews, so the general public hasn't had a chance to really get to know. It's also true that her way of dealing with things can be a little...
This is all Uter's fault! Wait a second. You don't think Chiori might have...
That would only make the situation worse for her. I'm sure Miss Chiori...
You've got a point. Let's just return to the boutique and see if she...
This is Miss Letitia. She's also here to see Miss Chiori.
Oh, you were the one who came to collect the wedding dress yesterday, right?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm just here to thank her. In fact...
so you've come across that article?
Yeah, you probably don't know this. But after I got in...
What?
My fiancé owns a small business. It doesn't bring in a lot of mora, but we get by. After he proposed, he probably noticed how often I talked about Miss Chiori's clothes.
And then?
And then, something happened to the business. and we ran into major Mora problems. We were able to scrounge up enough to pay off our debts.
But didn't Chiori say she was able to make the dress from what was left?
Yes. When I came to cancel the order, she asked if something happened. She heard me out, and then told me not to worry. She assured me that the deposit I paid would be enough for the dress, and that...
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? I've always known Miss Chiori.
It is good. It's just, after I went home yesterday, I couldn't help but take out the dress and...
Ah, what a shame. He's not supposed to...
Well, see, that wasn't... He's seen a lot of wedding dresses in his time doing business. So as soon as...
Huh? So wait, that...
Yeah. Miss Chiori covered all the costs and held nothing back.
Miss Letitia, I'd really like to use your story for a piece on...
Huh? Well, if it would help Miss Chiori...
I think it'd go a long way. Your real experience is more powerful.
Hey, Olaf! Has Chiori come...
Huh? I thought you were...
Well, we were.
Oh, I remember now. There's this one cliff by the sea.
In that case, why don't we split up? I'll continue interviewing Miss Letitia, and you two...
All right, sounds good. Let's go! Chiori?
Uh-huh. How did you know where I...
She did. We were just looking for you at the shop and Letitia was there. She wanted to...
I'm not upset. I just wanted to get some fresh air. Want to sit here with me? The view's quite stunning. Sorry about that.
All right, don't mind if we do.
Well, how does it feel?
This place is pretty great.
Right? It's quiet and open. And far from...
Yeah, it's important to take yourself out of that...
I didn't grow up in a very strict family. My parents would joke I would get together with the other children to climb trees and explore caves. One time, I even climbed over the walls of the Kamisato estate.
Whoa, Paimon would have never...
But even as rambunctious as I was, it was as if I discovered a whole new world within those vibrant, dazzling...
sorta.
My parents noticed, and they sent me to study under a famous Inazuman tailor.
You were that misbehaved?
I wasn't misbehaved, exactly. I just often had strange... On top of that, I hated the... Anyway, a few incidents later, I soon found myself without a...
No wonder you left Inazuma.
I was angry and frustrated. So, before I left,
Well, that's a great dream to
After that, I came all the way to the court of Fontaine. I had a lot of fun starting out. Sure, I was living in a... I had a far more naive view of fashion. Of course, as I spent more and more time in the industry, I learned nothing was ever that simple. Least of all, fashion. Oh, you mean Letitia? Yeah, she did mention that dream. I'll be honest, who would have thought? Even as I continue to pursue my dream. Alright, that's enough sightseeing for one day.
Ooh, looks like you've got your game
back. It was never gone to begin with.
Paimon thinks we should look for evidence that Uter wrote that article. And that Charlotte's already working on an article to address all those nasty rumors so we can...
I don't like duking it out in the press. But if Charlotte's thrown her hat in I know where Uter's clothing factory is located.
Sounds good! We'll come with! As for Fashion Week, well, there's always next year, right?
Huh? When did this become an either-or situation?
But your accessories! Didn't you say you're...
Well, it's true that I haven't quite figured out what to do about. To tell you the truth, Even here in Fontaine, every time I see the sea, thinking about all that, I just...
What did you just...
The sea. Seashells.
Got what?
Come, let's take a dip, shall...
Chiori! Chiori, why did you just jump into the sea all of a sudden?
Paimon, what do you think is the most beautiful thing in the sea?
A Lumitwal? Or a pearl, maybe? Oh, coral's pretty too. Oh, Paimon gets it now! You want to use things like that as the accessories for your designs!
Well, now that you hit the nail on the head, help me grab some, would you?
Leave it to us! These should be enough, right? Chiori, will these do? Great! So are we gonna head back now and make...
Yes, but don't forget, we've got... Okay, we've got the materials for the accessories.
You mean we have to start from scratch?
I should be able to make it.
Oh no, skipping out on sleep is not the answer. Wait, how come this conversation is giving Paimon major deja vu? Well, anyway, sleep is important. You're not...
Well, I can't argue with you there. All this grit and determination.
What else can we help with?
I suppose all there's left to do is...
You got it!
You heard me. Tear them all up. When I went to that first fashion week, I had no savings to speak of. I had to make something work, so I tore up all the clothes that I brought. If it worked back then, why not now? We could...
But you worked so hard on all these outfits!
I know. That's why I refuse to let it all go to waste.
Okay.
No need to be nervous. I won't hold it against you. Of course, if anyone dared to tear up one of my dresses in front of me... Just this once, though. I think I can make an exception. Go ahead and tear them up. Think of it as a good way to vent your emotions. Good job. That should do it.
Chiori, are you alright? Sorry for taking so long. I got caught up and... Whoa. Who did this? Those monsters. Slandering you in the papers wasn't enough. Give me their names. Since they're all too eager to tear up other people's clothes, I think...
Maybe you should calm down a bit first, 'cause you see,
Huh? Ugh, what is this, a soap opera? I was the...
Oh, so that's what happened.
Navia sure is scary when she's angry.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a false accusation.
You and Chiori are really close.
Of course. Everyone knows that Chiori makes the most gorgeous outfits in town.
Now, if only you'd give me the contract for...
As if you'd enjoy designing some... Plus, with how much your intel has helped us out in the past...
If I had it my way, it would be the other way around.
Anyway, we both know why I'm here.
If it's not too much trouble, Can I borrow some skilled hands to help with some simple sewing work?
Oh, no problem. I've got a few of those guys all ready to go. When are you going to get started?
Actually, there's something else I'd like to
Ask away.
Oh, and Traveler and Paimon, could you help me pass word to Linny and Lynette? I'll need their...
I'm done with my interview. Has Miss Chiori made it back yet? Oh! Who did this? Give me names. I'll make sure every last one
Not this again.
Great, you're both here.
A moment later and you'd have missed us.
We read the article in the papers. We were just about to go find... She helped design a number of our costumes in the past and even sponsored one of our performances.
Oh, perfect. She was the one who sent us.
In that case, I assume that there's something we...
Okay, so it's like this.
Is that all we'll need to do?
Should be a piece of cake for the two of us.
Paimon's glad to hear it. Well then, guess it's about time we go and find some... Chiori said we shouldn't disturb her over the next couple of days.
But the show's in another 2 days, isn't it?
Well, according to her, she wants to first beat Uter fair and square at the show.
A two-pronged approach?
Courtesy first, confrontation...
Yeah, something like...
Understood. Then we'll have faith in her decision. We'll go...
All right, we're counting on... Okay, then let's also do as Chiori said. Oh, Paimon sure hopes she won't have...
You're here.
Chiori! How are the new outfits coming along?
Just a few steps left now. I've handed the rest over to Ayla.
Wow, that's cutting it real close.
Don't worry. I have no intention of giving ground on either front. With the fashion show scheduled for tonight...
Okay, Paimon totally gets that this is all his fault and he totally deserves it, but...
His factory is usually open to the public. It may not be open for business right now, but that doesn't mean visitors can stop by for a tour. We're just curious customers after all, aren't we?
Well, when you put it there...
Anyway, Uter's factory is right over there. Let's hurry.
Why would he open a factory?
We have different marketing strategies. While I specialize in high-end custom...
All right. Ooh, it's really creepy.
You make a good point. Let's all be on our guard.
nobody here.
Welcome, dear visitors.
Oh, Paimon nearly fell out of the air. What is that thing?
A mechanical guide. They usually use a recorded tape to give you a tour of the factory.
Please follow me, dear guests. First stop on our tour is a look at the gradual evolution of our clothing brand. After that, we welcome you to peruse our most popular styles.
Huh. Lothair seems to be doing pretty well for himself, doesn't he? Why would he feel the need to bother you when he could just focus on improving his own brand?
This is the studio where our designs are made. Please. These are the fitting rooms. Please use them at your leisure.
Huh? There seems to be something in this fitting room. Why did the door just close?
Hold on tight, Paimon.
Why is it moving?
It seems to have stopped.
Where did this thing take us?
It seems like we're someplace deeper inside the factory.
Stabilize!
Next customer!
Drops of color. Scatter! This place is filthy! Are the clothes from Uther's shops?
Look over there.
Ugh! That water looks...
And I was the one using unsafe...
So he was actually the one who opened an under...
No wonder his clothes always felt weird to the touch. He's been using all manner of tricks here in a bid to...
Should the clothes made...
Never mind issues with shrinking and fading.
That's terrifying! This way he won't be able to try and deny anything in court. Doesn't look like there's a path here.
Follow me. Let's go on.
This place seems like some... What? What's going on? Our way in's been blocked!
Seems like he knew we'd be coming.
You did say he knew you really well, didn't you?
Yes. And that's because...
Wait, you're practically at each other's throats!
When I first came to Fontaine, we were both fledgling designers who longed to gain a foothold in the world of fashion. In the beginning, we both wanted to make clothes that would stand out from the crowd, but with every criticism we received, and every sponsor that rejected us, Uther's confidence... Finally, right before Fashion Week, he came to the conclusion that we wouldn't be able...
For my part, I gambled it all
and devoted everything I had to that 1 week.
You received the acclaim of all Fontaine while
I don't know the exact details of what happened after that.
He's just jealous of what you've accomplished. A guy like that...
Well, let's focus on getting out of here first. Missing the show is as good as letting him win.
There are some control panels over there. Oh, that doesn't seem to have done anything. Maybe try... that didn't do anything.
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders. Entering expulsion mode.
Everyone hold hands. Share my knowledge.
Let me...
Warning. Unauthorized intruders. Entering expulsion mode.
This may turn a little...
Silence!
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders. Entering expulsion mode.
I am the cutting edge of fashion! Look over there. Seems like there's a way out. Maybe we can use...
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders. Entering expulsion mode. Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders. Entering expulsion mode. Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders. Entering expulsion mode.
We finally made it out. Why does it feel like the movement patterns of those mechs have changed?
Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders. Initiating shutdown procedure. Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders. Initiating shutdown procedure. Warning. Warning. Unauthorized intruders. Initiate.
We're finally out of that stinky place. Let's take this evidence and get it. Finally, the entrance! At last!
Oh, those chambers couldn't hold you, I see.
We've collected a bunch of evidence and all the nasty stuff happened.
The evidence on your person, you mean?
More mechanical guards? Really? Ever thought about...
Oh, but this is...
What? Destroying Chioria Boutique? Oh,
proving that fashion is merely a laughable farce.
you know what your problem is, Uter? You've become so obsessed.
Spare me the lecture, why don't you? Sooner or later, you'll cater to all...
Fashion is about aspiring towards a certain ideal. But it's up...
Well, once the people witness their former darling's spectacular fall, they'll under...
That's what you've been trying to prove all this time? You're jaded on... You weren't like this before, Uter. What happened to the man who...
He realized long ago how utterly naive...
You gave up on your dream. But that wasn't enough, was... You think you understand. But you're just a bitter man who let his regrets dictate this whole thing, Uter.
Pathetic. Why don't you take a look in the mirror? You're a fool daydreaming about...
You're right. Maybe all those who pursue their dreams, but more pitiful still are cowards who are too afraid to even...
You...
Yeah, just leave this guy to us!
No, you go instead.
But he has a gun!
It'll be fine. Just go to the venue and tell everyone to proceed. I'll deal with him. Some lessons...
Catch up with us soon!
Trying to leave, are we?
I've held back all this time because of our past partnership, Uter. But all that changed after our tour of your factory.
Still trying...
No matter what you've been through, no matter why you've become like... If I may borrow the words of a friend... allow me to show you the truth. The Chioria brand represents more than a person or a trademark. It's a way of life.
Greetings, friends at Fontaine Fashion Week. Please feast your eyes on the extravaganza that Chioria Boutique has prepared for you today.
Brilliant, dazzling, and wholly unique. And most importantly,
an enduring, never-say-die spirit. That's the true meaning of the Chioria brand. And now, let's welcome the thundering seamstress, Miss Chiori herself!
Did Chiori not...
Lights! Cameras! Over here, please!
Let the show begin!
The world may change, fashion along with it, but Chioria will remain the same. No challenge is too great. Chioria caters to no one, not even the times. Rather, Chioria will always lead the fashion of our time. Finally, let's not forget. Only those who do not give up on their dreams are worthy of this brand. Well then, I suppose all that's left to say is, Happy Fashion Week, fellow dreamers.
How about this?
A little more to the left.
Like this?
Perfect.
Phew. Oh, that looks great! Miss Chi...
Of course.
I didn't know you'd make a brand new signboard.
I made it before Fashion Week.
I figured it'd be best to...
Well, how can you become renowned through all of Teyvat?
Now that you mention it, perhaps our magic troupe...
Our signatures are the Grinmalkin Cat and the Boggle Cat box.
Pear would need an alias, of course.
So, does that mean your signboard is going to be... too...
Ooh, that sounds super snuggly and a bit cramped. Miss Giori, I'm done taking pictures. You can expect the article in tomorrow's Steambird. Oh,
Thank you, Charlotte.
it's my pleasure. Bringing the truth to light is a journalist's duty.
Going forward, feel free to custom order any accessories you need for Monsieur Verite.
Huh?
Of course. The same goes for you too, Linny and Lynette.
What about something...
Thank you, Chiori. It's...
Well, I don't really need anything. I don't need anything either. So long as you continue to request my international... Actually, that reminds me. Huh? About that. The Spina di Rosula has prepared a special vehicle for you, so you can just get in and we'll push it all the... What? No, that's so embarrassing.
Ooh, do we get something nice too, Chiori?
Of course. Just hold on a second.
Disrupting public order at the show. Appropriating venue lighting equipment without authorization. Using...
Chevras, we can explain.
If you come across anyone who matches those descriptions, please report...
Enjoyed that, didn't you?
Says the one who pulled that stunt earlier. How about you do me a favor and tell me...
And if I had, would you...
No, but it would have at least spared me a whole...
Well, I would say I more than made it up to you, have I not? A whole underground workshop in the Fleuve Cendre.
All right, I won't argue with you.
Well, friends, I would say we've earned ourselves a nice meal.
I'll have to take a rain check. I've still got a lot of paperwork to Oh, by the way, Chiori, I ran into Vanger on...
I don't need to hear it. I'm sure the old fool you...
You know him well.
Thanks again, Chevras.
My pleasure. Oh, and one last thing. That was really quite an amazing show.
You don't say.
All right. Follow me if you want in on the celebration.
Traveler, Paimon, could you go wait for me at that place with the view? I'll let Nav...
A place with a view?
Perfect. I'll be right there. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, we didn't wait long at all. But what...
Here, take this.
Oh, wow! A brooch! And in the style of Chioria Boutique, too! Wait, Paimon gets one of...
I've only made 2 for now. After much consideration, I decided to give... You've been a great help. There were even times when I felt like I had to fight back and win.
Well, we may have helped a little, but
I know for certain that was not the case. I've chased my dream for so long that I've come to Apart from conviction and persistence, a single person can only do so much. Without all your help, Chioria Boutique could have easily fallen to...
Well, Paimon doesn't think it would have ever gotten to that point. Not if you had any...
Perhaps my words were a little pretentious, but they do reflect how I truly feel. I'm confident in the quality of my work. Create something beautiful.
Well, guess there's nothing to worry. Should we go back and join...
Oh, yes, of course. But, you know, of all the nights I've...